Mike Hughes here, and I'm with Jim Trask, and we're talking about the WSA, which stands for?
Washington Scuba Alliance.
Okay.
We're a nonprofit organization, and our big programs right now are habitat creation and restoration throughout Puget Sound. And we're currently working on 9 additional reefs created from quarried rock. And we will be starting our efforts with the Redondo Beach Park.
Now we have 9 additional, but how many total have you been working on over the years?
Well, over the years, we've got Saltwater State Park.
Mm-hmm.
We put in the stairs at Les Davis Park for easier beach access to that reef.
Plus artistic as well.
Yes, and we got $1,000 from Project Aware to do that art piece on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put in 15 mooring buoys throughout Puget Sound to protect the bottom from anchor damage.
Right.
And it continues to be a big hit, and we continue to maintain all the buoys that we put in.
Actually, it's less of a hit because you put the anchor buoys in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's look at the Redondo Beach project.
Okay. Well, the Redondo Beach project, as a lot of people know, currently there's a lot of stuff down there, but it's mostly junk that well-meaning divers have put in over the years. We got what's left of a Volkswagen Beetle, which is nothing more than 4 wheels, 4 tires, and part of the body pan and the steering wheel. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
A number of runabout boats that have been sunk, toilets, range, light covers, PVC pipe. It's mostly junk. Well, the Department of Natural Resources wants all the junk out.
Mm-hmm.
Redondo, which is my nearest dive site to where I live, I've dove over the years, and so we wanted that to be the first one after Saltwater State Park, which we completed that reef back in 2007. So we're going at this one a little differently. We're creating at least 12 piles of rock, and the piles are at different depths, and the deeper the piles, the bigger the rock to bring in larger fish.
Mm-hmm.
At the 40 to 60 foot level, we're putting in medium-sized rock to bring in a different size of fish. And then between 20 and 40 feet, we're putting in smaller rock piles, as well as a rock ramp comprised of small rock from 4 inches to a foot.
So not only are you going to see different sizes of fish at each type of rock, but you're also going to find different species depending on the rock size.
Exactly. And this, in turn, this will all be researched by the Marine Science and Technology Center right next door.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be all sorts of scientific studies being done on that. We're in the process of doing our first survey work, which is required by the Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to do that every 3 months for a year before we can install the reef. And then we've got to do it for 2 years afterwards to see what the difference is. And
it's a lot of work.
And it's a lot of work. We don't have any problem doing the scientific aspect because we didn't think about it for Saltwater State Park, which we should have done. So
there's a learning curve.
Yes. So
and it just gets better.
Yeah, this one we're going to do right.
Mm-hmm.
We've also got the opportunity to do several art features. One is going to be a Wounded Warrior art feature involving rock.
Mm-hmm.
And also we have the other art feature is called the Hippocampus, and that's a bronze sculpture by Simon Morris, who's the Canadian that lives just up north of us.
Sounds Greek to me.
And yes, it is. It's half horse and half whale. Has a young mermaid holding onto its neck.
Perfect.
And it's extremely beautiful. We have an example of what it looks like
okay.
there.
Okay, they probably can't hear your voice from there, but I'm going to get a close-up of what the hippocampus looks like. And I thought it was part of the digestive system.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't sound healthy at all, but...
or the brain.
So anyhow, he's the artist that did the mermaid at Sunset House and Grand Cayman. He's also done the Guardian of the Reef, which is couple miles down the road from the Mermaid, and then also there's a Mermaid up at, can't remember if it's Campbell or Powell River.
Cool.
That's similar. It's exact copy of the one that's down at Sunset House.
Well, that is cool. We're going to run out of time.
Okay.
But thank you very much for just this update.
All right.
I appreciate it, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah.